Okay, and welcome back. Professor Almeida here, and this is for my COSN 10 folks. I just want to put out this update. I know that some of you have been messaging me privately by email and Canvas conversations. Thank you for reaching out. And I just want to put this out there so that we're all kind of on the same page with regard to where things are in the class right now. So if you want to communicate your concerns with me, please continue reaching out. If you need to speak to me in real time, message me, let's set something up, and then we can go from there. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about the due date extensions. So in my post-spring break announcement that went out to everyone, I had reopened weeks 7 and 8, and they have a new due date now, okay, along with weeks 9 and 10. So if you don't have your calendars, pause this video, go get your phone, tablet, whatever it is, and I'll be right here. Okay, so what I want all of you to do is make sure that you are plugging the due dates into your calendars. So the due dates for weeks 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The due date is April 22nd, okay? So if you need to pause this again to put the due dates, please do so now, and I'll be right here. Okay, and we're back. So that's that for the due dates. For those of you who were late after the initial April 1st deadline, I made you whole, so you should have your credit. Okay, for those of you who are falling behind, you didn't turn your stuff in, this is your chance now to get caught up. And again, make sure that you're trying to keep up in this class, because I also need to sit down and assess your work. Okay, so please make sure that you're doing everything you can to get caught up. All right, so that's it for extensions. Let me go through weeks 7, 8, 9, and 10 real quick so you have an idea of what's going on. Again, if you need to hit that pause button, please do so. And the other beauty with video, you could just scrub through it and go right to where you need to be. All right, so let me switch over to my desktop, and here we are in weeks 7 and 8. Now, I want to emphasize again, as I did in the in-person lectures, it's very important that you are doing your Cornell notes and your quizzes, okay? I know that some of you have been kind of putting off your Cornell notes. Don't skip those, okay? It's an easy 10 points, and by writing down or typing out your summaries, you know, it forces you to remember the important points in the Myers readings, okay? And especially if you're studying for certification exams, or even your geometrics exam at the end of this course, it will put you in a much better position, and you don't have to be fumbling through your book. You have your summaries right in front of you. So don't skip that on the Cornell notes. Now, for subnetting, I know subnetting is tough. When I took my Network Plus, I struggled with it initially. But if you go into this NetLab handout here in week 8, okay, the important thing to remember is being able to convert your decimal to binary. That's why we spent time in class together doing that. Because if you see a network ID, and let's say the CIDR notation is /25, you should be able to know right away that you're borrowing 1 bit for that octet. So remember with your class A, B, and C that it's /8, /16, and /24. So when you see something like /17 or /25, when you look at that that next octet, you know that you're borrowing 1 bit. And then let's say /26, that's borrowing 2 bits, and so forth. So if you can do that conversion quickly in your head, you'll be in a much better position. So my advice, look at the Myers readings, and then look at that handout again in NetLab, and that should help you to complete the tables. I talked a little bit about this in a previous Canvas announcement, so do take a look at that. So that's weeks 7 and 8. Now, week 9, if you're going the Cisco route, you're going to be working with Packet Tracer quite a bit. Now, if you need to get a copy of Packet Tracer without having to go through all of the Cisco Netacad stuff, if you go here to Files in Canvas, if you go to Files here, you'll see that I provided a download for you. So it's in the software folder, and you'll see Packet Tracer. Just download the zip, extract it, and you should be able to install Packet Tracer on your system. Now, if you're not running a Windows system, unfortunately, because of space limitations, you will need to go into Cisco Netacad and then just get Packet Tracer. So what I would do, log into Netacad with your Cisco account, and then just Google Packet Tracer download, and that should take you to the page, and you don't have to enroll in courses or do all of that other stuff. So I believe, I'm not sure if there's a Mac download available. I know there's one for Linux, but again, you might have to do a little research on getting that up and running. So again, if you're not a Windows person, make sure you get your hands on Packet Tracer, either for Mac or for Linux. If you have to, I showed you how to install a VM in another video, so you can go watch that. This is our reality, right? We're just trying to work around all of these limitations right now. Okay, so once you have Packet Tracer up and running, my recommendation before going into that lab is to watch this video that I created here, how to on Packet Tracer, because you're going to see that I set up two simple networks here. Okay, so you see that I set up these two simple networks and basically get them talking to each other. I know that I got questions from some of you about the notation. What does that X mean? That X can just represent any number, but if you watch this video that I provided and you practice along in Packet Tracer, that should give you an idea of what you're going to be doing in the lab. Again, you just try to keep it simple and don't make it harder than it needs to be. Okay, so watch that video that I provided, and that should help you out. Okay, so hopefully this is helping you right now. And then finally, with week 10 here, okay, week 10, you have this optional lab if you really need the practice. And again, I know that it's tough being 100% online, and especially now we can't really do some of the physical labs like making cables or working with wireless networking. I know some of you have expressed your concerns to me about that. If you really want to get your hands dirty, and if you have a home wireless network, you can just log into your gateway for a lot of routers. That's 192.168.1.1. You can just log into your gateway and just kind of take a look at the various settings in there, and you'll see how you can manage your wireless networks. Now, I don't recommend messing with those settings unless you know what you're doing. But if you really wanted to get your hands dirty, you could just kind of go in, take a look around, see how that works. For making cables, if you can find Ethernet cabling, if you have a crimping tool and some connectors, there's that Tech Syndicate video that I linked in the past, and just kind of follow along. You could do that stuff. Folks, I can't in good conscience assign something where I know that not everyone has access to, because I know that not everyone has a wireless network at home. Not everyone has access to these tools, so I can't make you do something if you don't have ready access to it. And I know it's a challenge, but again, if you're really concerned about being able to get your hands dirty, like I said, start with your own wireless network, or if you're able to go to a friend or a relative's place. Other things like encrypting email. Try downloading Mozilla Thunderbird, plug in, let's say, 2 email accounts, get GPG up and running, and then learn how to send your first encrypted message from one account to the other. Okay, just little things like that. Anyway, I hope that this has helped you out. Continue reaching out if you need to, but more importantly, let's all try to get caught up right now. And again, I know things are tough out there. Let's hang in there. Let's finish this semester strong. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care of yourselves out there, and we'll talk again soon.